Hello everyone, I am Zandra Baldove and welcome to my interview activity for our business and report writing subject. The goal of this project is to explore the crucial role of business communication and technical writing across different professions. By speaking with a professional, I hope to gain valuable insights into how these skills are used and valued in the real world. Today, we are honored to speak with Ms. Shikaila Bartolome, a distinguished leader with 8 years of comprehensive experience in the dynamic banking industry. She currently serves in a critical role as the Vice President, Cards and Loans Partnerships Product Head. Ms. Bartolome's impressive career is anchored by a strong academic foundation. She graduated with a degree in business from the prestigious University of the Philippines, Diliman, where she achieved magna cum laude honors. This outstanding scholarly achievement reflects the deep commitment to excellence she brings to her executive role. Thank you for taking the time to speak with me, Ms. Bartolome. With that, Ms. Bartolome, is it all right if we dive into the questions now?
Sure.
Great. So, my first question for you is what is your experience in writing business communication or technical papers in your profession?
Cool. So, like you mentioned earlier, I take care of the partnership side of the lending business for Union Bank. So, when it comes to communication, that's really the core of what I do. So, to give you an idea, it's heavily on negotiation and ideation, creating business models with external parties. Not just on the ideation part, but all the way to execution. So that involves working with a lot of different parties in terms of tech, operations, marketing, and legal. So when it comes to business communications, of course, there's our usual emails, that's already a baseline, but also a lot of contracts, a lot of business documents, a lot of financial documents as well. So those are most of the items that we do in terms of business communication.
So that's very insightful, and thank you for sharing that with us, Ms. Bartolome. On to skills, I'd like to know what are your strengths in writing business communication or technical papers?
Okay. Uh, well, for you to be able to write effectively, honestly, the core of it or what you need to have first would be a deep understanding, right, of who you are as a business and who your partner is, because that's the very meat of what you will write. So once you have that, there's an art really to saying it or telling it or communicating it to your partner in a way that they instantly understand what you're sending to them. It's a balance really of being thorough, but also straight to the point. So there's that balancing act that we have to do all the time. And it's really telling a story. So sometimes people think that, contracts or presentations or emails are quite straightforward, but there's a lot of ways that you can say something or write something that makes it more effective. So what's really key there is a good understanding of who you're writing to so that it comes across as clearly as you can. So I think that that's my strength really. It's able to understand what I mean to say and how to say it or write it in the way that my partner, my external partner, would totally get the value of what I'm sending to them.
Yeah, so it's certainly an impressive skill set, especially when dealing with technical writing or even business communication. So thank you for walking me through your approach. Let's talk at the other side. Or now let's look at the other side. What are your weaknesses or biggest challenges in writing business communication or technical papers?
Oh gosh, I think especially when I was starting out, I had a tendency to be unimaginably detailed. So no one really has the time for it, right? In the business.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say a lot, but we can only have so much time, especially because my work involves talking to a lot of executives. So of course we have to be very straightforward, very clear, but still comprehensive. So that was my weakness when I was still starting out. I wanted to say everything and it was a bit too detailed, but now I've learned to kind of cut it, but still maintain its clarity and conciseness, right? So,
Yes, thank you for being so candid, Ms. Bartolome. Our final question, in your opinion, what is the overall value or importance of strong business communication and technical writing in your profession?
okay, that's actually the very core of what I do. Um, and things at times, sorry, someone's just calling, but
It's okay.
thank you. So, you can have an idea, but if you're not able to communicate it, it just stays as an idea, right? And you can
Yeah.
understand your idea, but if you're not able to write it in a way that your partner understands it, then there's no value added to your business. You're not able to execute. So really that's the value of being able to effectively write technical papers. um, and for example, these papers that we write, they live on even after, for example, if I move to a different department or if the parties involved in the other side change, the contract remains, right? So that stands as like a Bible in the corporate world wherein both parties would need to follow through what we've agreed on in the contracts and the papers that we have. And I guess one principle that I always remember when I need to write agreements and contracts would be contracts are there for when, not when for when things are going well, but for when things are going wrong. Because we're different entities, right? It's an agreement between two different entities. So it has to be as clear as possible for when there are challenges and problems, which always come in any business relationship. So it's really at the core of what we do. And so the value is really primary to any business, yeah.
Yes, I couldn't agree more. So your perspective makes it crystal clear how critical those things are. Now, to wrap up our time together, I'd like to share a brief summary of the key insights I've gained. Ms. Bartolome, thank you very much for sharing your valuable time and professional insights with us today. The insights I've gained after the interview with Ms. Shikaila Bartolome is that when you are dealing with professions that's in line with what she does, one of the things you need to do is to fully understand your external partners so that you could communicate the ideas or messages you want to say. And as she said, you need to be thorough but straight to the point. And based on Ms. Bartolome's perspective, a technical writing is vital because it transforms ideas into tangible, actionable results. She explains that a great idea remains just an idea if it can't be communicated effectively. And a well written document, like a contract, for example, serves as a lasting record and like a Bible that will guide both parties. Its true importance is seen not when things are going well, but when they go wrong, as the document provides a clear reference for what was agreed upon. For her, strong technical writing isn't just about conveying information. It's about understanding both your own business and your partners to ensure the message is fully understood and a valuable agreement is established. I want to close this video by acknowledging those who made it possible. I want to show my great appreciation to Ms. Shikaila Bartolome for sharing her time and expertise. I would also like to thank my professor, Ms. Pia Esperida, for designing an activity that allowed me to have an experience in interviewing another person. Finally, I'd like to thank the viewers for patiently watching and supporting this activity.